Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts.
Here we go then.
Okay, so that's the...
And here are the lights. Go, 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 go. Try not to bog down or wheel spin. Oh, mate, perfect start there. Really good start. Trying to watch the front wing. Can we get around the outside there? We can get our nose around the outside initially. Slotting behind Stroll with our ERS. Look up the inside. Stroll jumped to the inside. We're up the inside of Fernando here. A little bit of wheel spin on the exit there at the top of the hill. In behind Fernando again. Let's see if we can take him down to the bottom of the hill again. Braking just after the 100 there. Watching the front. Running it out wide there. Not particularly squeezing Fernando out. The position was definitely ours as we chase Lance now. Always an interesting driver. Does he deserve to be in F1? Don't know really. Not my place to say. Into the final couple of corners now for the first time. We've got a train, a gargantuan gaggle, one may call it, ahead of us as we come to turn 1 in the second lap, down to 4th gear in the Williams, using some of that ERS as we've got Leclerc, Stroll, Gasly jockeying for position up ahead. I think we might make a little bit of time up towards the top of the hill. Let's try and concentrate on a good exit. We shot round the outside of Stroll there. No DRS yet this lap, but let's use some ERS and see if we can get past Stroll down into this corner. We're on the outside still. Risky place to be. We've seen incidents there before. Still right on the gearbox of Stroll here. Chasing, chasing, chasing around the really fast right-hander. Scene of many large crashes actually into the double right-hander to finish the lap. Not a great turn in there, missing the apex by about 300 miles. Right, DRS is engaged now. Braking at the 100, down to 4th gear. DRS wide open, ERS engaged. We've got a run on Stroll here. Up towards the top of the hill. Once more, going 3 abreast. Me trying to get the power down in a nice straight line. DRS open. Who are we alongside here? Perez, I think, coming down the hill. Once again, tiny bit of contact there. Leclerc running wide. Gasly and Leclerc find out that Red Bull really fighting me here. Chasing Leclerc and Gasly. And then there's somewhat of a gap ahead. I think there's been an incident chance behind me into the final 2 corners. Chocolate Leclerc having a look. We're trying not to get tangled up in it. DRS wide open, staying in that slipstream. And brake at the 100, down to 4th gear. Try and get a run up the hill. Engaging the ERS and DRS. Now having a look on the outside here. Gasly going defensive, braking at the 100. Super. Oh, a little bit of wheel spin there, opening the DRS. Chasing Charlie down the hill once more, braking around the 100 mark. Oh! Leclerc totally lost it, took too much curb. The boy's dust. Safety car deployed.
Okay, watch your pace. We've informed the safety car is out. There appears to have been an issue.
Safety car deployed. Right then. So we need to watch our delta now. I don't think we're going to pit. At this point, I honestly don't think it's worth pitting. We'll just go longer on these mediums, just in a 25% race. If it was a full race, we'd maybe mix it up. Maybe a hard tyre might have worked from now, honestly, but we'll see. We'll see. We're going to catch... We do have actually quite a few people pitting. It'll be interesting to see what tyres they go on to. We don't have all that many laps actually, so maybe a pit might have been a good idea. It might be a late call, but I may pit, you know. I might risk it, you know. I feel like I'm going to risk it. I honestly don't think I can make soft tyres last. Let's have a look. We're at 12% on these mediums. I might go to hard tyres, you know. I feel like I'm going to do it. Box this lap.
Right, let's have you in at the end of this lap, please.
I feel like with it being such a short race at 25% that I need to get on to another tyre. I really do. Because I don't think we can gap a full pit stop on such a short...
You've got to give that position back, mate. We're under safety car conditions and you can't overtake. Return the position.
Yeah, I just don't think we can make that up. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Optimal pit stop, perfect. Hand clutch engaged, waiting for the go. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Hard tyres.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
So the drivers actually that started on softs are in the ideal position really here. Because they've just popped on the mediums and they're good to go, right? So let's get the tyre temperature MFD up and let's have a look. We really need to work these hard tyres. Safety car's in this lap, so we really do need to work these hard tyres. I just feel like I feel like on a 25% race we needed to pit, you know. I don't know whether this will be the right call or not, but trying to work some heat into these tyres real quick before we get to the end of the lap. I think we've been successful, but I wouldn't be surprised to lose some time here. Are we going? Are we green? Are we green? Are we green? I think we're going. We're going, we're going, we're going. We've engaged the overtake button now. I think Vettel just had a nibble there, but didn't get by me. We're using the overtake button up the hill for the first lap. Going to brake at about the 100 board. There we go. Oh, Vettel fully punted me there. If he doesn't need a front wing, I'll be absolutely shocked. Chasing Perez and the pack as a whole. Zhou Guanyu, sorry, with a penalty up ahead. I'm wondering what the 5-second penalty is for. That's interesting. Chasing down Perez here. And Zhou Guanyu, not sure who is ahead of him actually at the moment. But it's going to be interesting tactically how this race is going to play out. Seb Vettel is into the pits. I honestly think he damaged his front wing when sending it at the top of the hill on me. Zhou Guanyu and Perez making contact there, no DRS. So let's engage the overtake button. Let's try for a double pass here. I'm going for it, I'm going for it. It wasn't happening. Let's try a cutback. Still not working, couldn't get the traction. Got the overtake button, 3 wide, 3 wide. Braking at the 100 board there. Double overtake on Perez and Zhou Guanyu. Russell has a 5-second penalty ahead. So this is yet a formality to catch and pass him. Let's try and catch though, all the same. Chasing Russell, Danny Rick in front of him. DRS is enabled, so we'll have that up the hill. Ooh, a little bit too much curb. Mick Schumacher with the fastest lap of the race. I'm intrigued to see why those guys had a penalty. Braking at the 100 board there. DRS along the straight at the top of the hill here. This is really good because I do think there's a number of drivers ahead of me that still need to pit. Russell, of course, qualified at the back, though I am unsure whether he's made a pit stop or why indeed he has that 5-second penalty. I'm not entirely sure. Let's try and make an impression though. We're right up behind him now in his gearbox basically. Can smell his exhaust round the final 2 corners. Chasing, DRS wide open. We're going to hold on to the overtake button for going up the hill. Down to 4th gear. Right on his gearbox, slightly worse traction area out of turn 1. Oh, we couldn't do it, guys. We couldn't do it. I tried, but we couldn't get the braking potential out of the car there. We were right on the edge there. Just couldn't get past. Braking at the 100. Chasing Russell, chasing Danny Rick. There's going to be no shoeies today for you, my son. Can't see the car ahead of Danny Rick, but again, we're catching George. Don't know if he needs to make a pit stop or not. That's what we're banking on. I mean, we are on the hard tyres. I'm somewhat shocked at our ability to keep up with the pack at large here on these hard tyres. This is definitely a suboptimal tyre for here. George kicking up the dirt there, using that overtake button. We are now in his slipstream, DRS wide open. We just don't have the pace yet. Trying a bit of a cutback. Just couldn't get the traction out of the corner. We are on a personal best lap though. We have got a little bit of overtake in reserve as we continue to chase the drivers ahead. Hoping of some points here for Williams. Round the fast left, down the hill into another fast left with a cutback right there. Again, we're on to Russell's gearbox, chasing him fiercely. There we go, he's posturing for a pit. Let's stay a bit wide here to accommodate that. And indeed, he pits. We have an absolute load of pitters. We've got lots in the pits here. Let's chase Danny Rick now and see if we can get into the DRS. We're out of the DRS currently. We are now up to 6th place in the Williams. These hard tyres really paying off at the moment. What I need now is those that swapped onto the mediums instead. I need those tyres to go off for those drivers. Maybe those ones just ahead of me, who knows? But I think these guys ahead of me started on softs and changed to mediums under the safety car, but it's impossible for me to keep track of all of them. Danny Rick looking for a great result here after having had a nightmarish season. Let's be real about it so far in 2022. Esteban Ocon just ahead of him. Is that Danny Rick going in the pits? Oh, it's a dream scenario for Williams. An absolute dream scenario currently, with Ocon and Danny Rick pitting, as well as Bottas as well. That puts us up to second place on these hard tyres. Could we dare to dream? Does Carlos Sainz need to pit also, or is this it? Is this where the Williams is going to finish? We're under attack from Perez behind. Oh, we're just watching our turn in there so as not to take off our own front wing. Perez gets the double DRS there because he was still behind me at the activation point. Let's see if we can stay in touch with Sergio now so we can give him some bother towards the end of the race. But let's not forget, we're in a Williams and that is a Red Bull. Let's do what we can here. Chasing, using every single inch of the track here to keep up with him. Seeing what we can do. Chasing. Oh, using everything we can here. DRS wide open. We might save the ERS for a lap or two if possible, so that we can really have a charge on him. Max Verstappen and Lando Norris setting fastest laps one after the other on a charge, a few laps behind me. The DRS coming into effect at the end of the straight there, closing the gap, really watching the traction out of the corner at the top of the hill, activating the DRS now. Chasing Perez. Can we get past? Can we go one step higher on the podium? This would be an absolute dream scenario for Williams. Just imagine if this could happen for Williams. I honestly don't think any fan would be unhappy about this happening for Williams if it happened. Just even if they got lucky with the safety car deployment and just made the perfect strategy call when others didn't, when others choked, when others worried about the Drivers' Championship, when others worried about the Constructors' Championship. Williams just rolled the dice, took a chance, and it paid off. I think everyone involved or watching F1 would absolutely love that to happen. As we open the DRS, ERS also deploying as well up towards the top of the hill, braking at the 100, slightly behind. We're round the outside, still keeping him squeezed in there. Opening the DRS, deploying the overtake button. We're watching to the right hand side and we carry on. We're in front of him, but he probably does dive down to the inside there at the bottom of the hill. Super battle we've got with Checo right now. Braking at the 50, trying to see the turning point. We've got no tyre wear worries because, of course, we took the hard tyres at the pit stop. I don't know what the gap is doing to Sainz, but I'm sure we're falling further and further behind. Glancing up, I see Max Verstappen is on soft tyres behind me. He's going to be rubber dinghy rapids, mate, behind us. Keeping in the DRS here on Checo, opening the DRS. Looking down, seeing the ERS deployment is only at mid-20%. That's not very much. As we approach the closing stages of the race, let's open up the DRS and chase some more. And hopefully we can save a little bit. I think that's what we have to do. We save a little bit for the end of the race and have a full-on attack and just throw everything we've got at it. We've got to try it. We've got to try it while keeping one eye on the gap behind, because of course it's Max Verstappen in a Red Bull at Red Bull Ring. That is a potent combination. That is a rapid combination. That's a world champion combination. And if anyone can catch us, it's going to be him. So we need to keep an eye on this battle and try our best while not leaving ourselves exposed to an attack from Max behind. We're super close as we're approaching the penultimate lap now.
Okay, the incident's been cleared. Let's get
There's been an incident ahead. I'm not sure what the incident was, but it's cleared all the same. DRS open. Penultimate lap we are entering. Now, unless we get a really clear opportunity, I'm not going to go for it. This is the tactic. I'm saving up the overtake button for the final lap. Mick Schumacher retires from the session. Now, let's just annoy Perez. Let's annoy Perez with our placement here. Let's make him take a suboptimal line and maybe make a mistake here. Let's just make a nuisance of ourselves while we're on the penultimate lap. Now we've got over 50% deployment ready to go for the final lap. We've saved ourselves absolutely loads in the hope that we have DRS. Now our big go is going to be up the top of the hill into the tight right-hander. But of course we're going to have extra deployment coming back down the hill with the DRS as well. So here we go, fast left. We really need to stay as close as we can. Verstappen catching at a wicked pace, actually. Now I've just glanced up. We really need to make this stick here. No overtaking, but we can open the DRS. We have opened the DRS. The DRS is wide open as we approach the turn 1 for the final time. Down to 4th gear. Oh, we're right on his gearbox. DRS open, ERS overtake button deployed. Let's keep him squeezed over to that side of the track, braking at the 100 there. Keeping our car firmly in the middle of the circuit to be a nuisance there. Overtake button deployed. He is going to come back at us with the DRS and his ERS, but we saved it precisely for this eventuality. Exit here, more ERS. Here we go. Deploying the overtake power as much as possible. Hit those apexes as best we can now. Looking into the next corner. Oh, slightly sloppy and running wide there. Up and over the crest, looking for the double right-hander. There we go, and we've thrown it into the final corner. What a result for Williams Racing. Bosh. They would take that to the bank, mate. They would take that to the bank. What a race. What a race that was, with lots of action, lots and lots of action with a safety car and strategy calls and all sorts. That was awesome. Really enjoyed that race. That was good fun. That was awesome.